Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Jay Stein and the Stock Market Show here on a beautiful Monday morning here in Houston, Texas. Yeah, that's right. It's a Monday, but I don't have a case of the Mondays. Not today. Today I'm feeling fantastic. Let's start off. First off, Bitcoin came back. It's like 12% up so far, along with all the other altcoins. Um, like look, if you trade, well, not even trade, if you're stacking Bitcoin last week, yeah, does it suck? Yes. Seeing your portfolio down that bad sucks. It didn't make me feel tingly all over. It didn't. But at the same time, did I freak out? Did I sell? Absolutely not. I bought more. And because this is what happens. Like I was saying last week, I made many references to grab a hold of your cojones or whatever women grab a hold of. If you watched, I said that multiple times, but, hold on and just ride it out because it'll come back. Fingers crossed that it stays that way and continues to go back up and hit some new highs. Same thing applies with the S&P and the Dow and all of that. We hit record highs on Friday. We didn't close on them, but we hit them. So going into today, here's what I'm looking at. All right, so we've got a 10-year yield that's sitting at 159. So it's pushing that 1.6 level, which to me is not that big of a deal other than the fact that it's elevated. But again, it's going to fluctuate within that range. So I'm okay with it. For anybody that's watched this channel, which is like nobody, which is cool because if you are watching, I very much appreciate it. But, the 10-year yield, once it starts crossing that 1.8 mark, is when, okay, I'm really going to start paying attention. But if it hits 2 and the Federal Reserve doesn't implement yield curve control, then I'm going to actually be a little concerned. But I'll stay on top of that one. Anyway, so the dollar index, the dollar is essentially flat as of right now, and it is pre-market. It is early, so that's all subject to change. It is absolutely flat. And then there's oil, and oil's actually down as well, but it's only down 1.5%. Now, some people will say that's somewhat significant, whether it's up or down 1% or down or up 1%, it doesn't matter. To me, oil really comes into play when it's like 2% moving over, in my opinion. It's really a big move when you see like a 5% move, and that's where you get those crazy days. But 1.5% down is not that big of a deal. However, all of these things put together don't look like a good setup for the S&P and the Dow and all of the broader market. So I can see the market pulling back pretty significant. Well, not pretty significantly today, but I can see it pulling back, which it did last week. But here's my concern: is I'm looking at one of my S&P charts, a 180-day chart, and last week it tagged a key support level and bounced off of it. I mean, like right on it. I was actually kind of surprised and proud. But anyways, the thing is now, if it drops again, it's going to drop not just that support level, but there's actually a secondary support level that I have marked as well. And it's basically sitting on both of them. So if it drops that, I'm going to be a little weary of how far the market can go from there, because once you drop below what I'm looking at, there's nothing. So it's in no man's land. So let's hopefully, keep our fingers crossed that it doesn't drop dramatically. And if it does, that it comes right back up. So that's best case scenario. Worst case scenario is it tanks and we all lose all our money. So who knows? Anyways, so gold, precious metals, you know me, they're just almost, I don't want to say they're inconsequential, but they are, because it's all heavily manipulated. So, there's that. I'll keep my eye on the mining companies, but I personally am not going to touch them. It's tempting. It's very tempting, but I can't. Anyways, so news, Apple has come out and they're basically going to take over the world. They're dumping a ton of money back into the United States, and yeah, they're Evil Corp. If you've ever seen the show Mr. Robot, that's them. Anyway, so earnings. In case you didn't know, you climb out of whatever rock you're under. Open your eyes. Pay attention. Tesla is reporting their earnings today. Tesla, oh my God, I years ago bought Tesla, lost a bunch of money, sold it, bought it back again, lost a lot of money, sold it. And this was when I was a rookie trader, as if I know anything better now. I still can. No, anyways, I'm a little bit better than I was 4 years ago. But anyways, man, it sucks. It's so bittersweet because my friends own it and they've made just an exuberant amount of money on it. And am I jealous? I wouldn't use the word jealous, but yeah, it's a bit of envy, I suppose. Envy out of ignorance on my part. That's a pretty good phrase. I'm going to quote that. Write that shit down and quote me. Envious out of ignorance. Huh. Just came up with that. Anyway, so, they're going to come out. I'm sure they're going to have blowout numbers, despite the fact that one of their cars crashed while it was on autopilot and then burned, and the fire department couldn't put the fire out because the batteries wouldn't freaking stop burning. And may they rest in peace, but 2 gentlemen died. And that ironically happened here in Houston. So I don't think that's going to have any bearing, though. Tesla's got this cult following, and there's just nothing they can do wrong that's going to break that cult following that they have. Other than that, guys, look, the 2 stocks that were trending last week are definitely still in play right now. We're talking about Microvision and OCUG. OCUG ran up post-market on Friday, and it's kind of running flat and dipping back down this morning as a pre-market. Not really sure what it's going to do. Anybody that's been paying attention knows where my stance is on it. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on that and see if there's any developments. And then Microvision, pre-market, it's up a little bit again. Freaking Reddit. That's all I can say on that. If you're buying that, that's what's driving it, in my opinion. Unless, by all means, school me up, leave a comment, let me know. Because, sometimes for the few people that do watch it, that leave me comments, that they give me some really good information, and I appreciate it. And I'll just state for the freaking record, I am not Mr. Know-It-All, which reminds me, this is not a financial advice channel. Please consult your financial advisor before making any investments. And the stock market is really, really risky. And if you're here for stock advice or investment advice, oh my God, you are so in the wrong place. All right, this channel is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, I'm very abundantly clear on that. Anyways, and then again, I'm sticking by my my stock picks from last week, which is VRTX, Victor Romeo Tango X-Ray, and that's VRTX Pharmaceuticals. And I am sticking with APT, which is Alpha Pro, and they are building supplies, construction supplies. Now, the construction industry is a little tricky right now. There's a lot of things in the air. And one day you'll hear one thing, next thing you'll hear another thing. But the thing about Alpha Pro is that they supply not just direct, I don't want to say ingredients of building a home, but they distribute a lot more than that. They distribute PPE and all other types of supplies that you would need. I would say ancillary type of supplies that you would need in construction. But anyways, guys, that's all I have on that. Otherwise, enjoy your Monday, and I'll check back in with you guys as always if any news pops off. And otherwise, let's make some money, make it a great day, and I will talk to you guys later.